Good evening, everybody. Happy New
Oh,
Year.
look, it says on air.
Welcome back to Crit and Miss Role-Playing Games. This is Beckoned, Blackest Night, our Curse of Strahd actual play live stream. My name is Sven, and I shall be your Dungeon Master this evening. As always, I'm joined by 3 phenomenal Dungeons and Dragons, and 1 that leaves a lot to be desired. Since it's the start of a new year, allow me to introduce our players.
I'm nervous now. Who's the one that leaves a lot to be desired?
Stick around to the end of the year, and I might do a review.
Ask.
But you have to watch every episode. It's going to be, you know what it's going to be? It's going to be a secret episode. I'm going to say that the last episode is the last episode, but then I'm going to release a secret episode the next day on Netflix. I've heard that's the way we do things these days. Because it's a new year, so there might be new people watching, you know, new year, new people. Who knows? So I feel like it might be a good idea if I introduce you guys again. But before I do that, we need a little bit of ambience because we've got to set the mood. We've got to set the right mood. Alrighty, there we go. Oh, that's better. You guys feeling it now? You in the gothic horror mood?
Oh, yeah.
Good. I don't know if Dan's still with us. He's not here, but that doesn't matter. We can punch on.
God, when you say it like that, it makes him sound like he's dead.
Is Dan still
He's
with
not
us?
with us.
Is Dan in the room with us right now?
I can feel his presence. Stop touching me.
Is there anyone whose name starts with a D? Is it a D? I'm feeling a D. Anyone? No. Okay, good. You might recognize our first player from the hit TikTok channel Hermes D&D, which you might not know.
Which I'm making a video for right now.
The second D.
No, you be here in the moment, Christian. Be in the moment with your friends. Get off social media.
Fame has really changed you, Christian.
What can I say? My name is Christian. I am playing Fujin. Fujin, the monk rogue, who is our air elemental individual. A troubled past from very abusive parents, and now has a bit of a skewed view of the world, and is slowly learning to love again in the form of the party and the recently dead Irina. He's hoping to find a way to maybe bring her back, as he's only just started to trust people. And I'm keen for tonight. I'm last I know, I'm walking up with old dude that's actually a young dude, or a young dude that's actually an old dude, down at an alley. So he said he had candy. I'm going.
Yeah, that's good. That's good life advice. I don't think it's a coincidence that you just started to trust people, and the first person you trusted died. It can't be a coincidence, right? It's got to be. It's got to be fate. Is it true? Tell me. I've heard this rumors that the second D in Hermes D&D stands for Diddles.
What's the first one stand for?
Dungeons and Diddles.
Dungeons and Diddles.
Is that true?
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, I got a dungeon at home and things happen there, so I think.
Sometimes you diddle yourself in your dungeon. I'm not judging. Look, whatever works for you, man. And
isn't the
clearly
main
it's working.
character of 50 Shades of Grey called Christian? They had to take inspiration from somewhere.
Yeah, but I like
Christian
to call
Grey.
him Diddles.
And for the
Hello,
record,
Diddles.
I think I've said this before, but 50 Shades of Grey, the main character was based off Edward Cullen. It was originally a Twilight fan fiction that got so popular that they bought the book rights for it.
And both of them were inspired by me, so
Diddles.
yeah.
Oh.
Except I don't
Diddles?
use the lotion.
It sounds like a house elf.
It sounds amazing.
Sounds like a character from a 1990s children's cartoon that you only realize
Oh
is
my god.
really weird in your later stages of your life. Speaking of things that are really weird, our second player is the only person to have said more wildly inappropriate things than I have on the channel. The only difference is she does it unintentionally. Please welcome to
Wow.
the stage, ladies and gentlemen, Grace. Thank you for coming back in 2026.
Yeah, look, I don't have a filter, and the things just come tumbling out of my mouth. And I just don't. It takes me a good long while to figure out what it is that I've said. I think it is all of the dirty, spicy books that I read, and it's having a bigger impact on me than I originally thought. But yes, my name is Grace. I play Thana, our tiefling grave cleric, who she's just there for a good fun time. She worships Hades. She thinks that death is like great and living is awful and it's suffering. Hates like healing magic. Recently got convinced to bring someone back from the dead, so she's having like a nice little religious crisis. Every time she contacts her god, she sees devils. So she's just having a good fun old time.
She's like Debbie Downer from SNL.
Yeah, and look, this year I would really like to play a character who is not like me, because Sven said it a couple times, and I've gone back through my backlog, and I'm like, fuck, these are all just different parts of my personality. So here we are. Yeah, that's me.
Everyone's got to have an outlet, right? And if your alters need a way to come to the forefront, have their chance to take the reins, so to speak, I'm glad I can offer them that opportunity.
Thank you. I think Thrash was the only character I played that was like even slightly different from me, but even Thrash.
Even so, I'd imagine you'd do a suplex if you had the opportunity to do so.
You know what? If I had the means and the can, I would for sure try.
I can teach you how to suplex someone.
I would love to do that. Look, I used to do karate. I have a blue and white stripe belt in Zendukai, and that's about as far as I went with that. Yeah.
I have a black belt in charisma. Look, they say every party needs to have a face, and our next player certainly has a face. Mr. Modbrew himself, how you doing, buddy?
Mate, new me, new year, living the dream. Yeah, mate, I'm so happy to be here playing D&D for the first time in 2026. So very excited to be here with you all, even though, Christian's not present because he's currently making a video for TikTok. But I'm so pleased to be here with you all. But I played Tane Nue, which is a orc paladin raised by his bardic parents on tales of heroes. And in a land full of darkness like Barovia, the people need a light, and they need stories to carry them on. And he intends to be that hero for those people. And if the stories of his heroic ventures are a little bit exaggerated, well, that's just the family tradition.
So be it. That's what I say.
So be it.
So be it. That is the way. No story can be truly epic without a little bit of, what's the word that I'm looking here? Not exaggeration, just a little bit of an inflation.
Hyperbole.
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 I said that the whole way through high school to annoy my teachers.
Yeah. Have you guys seen, I'm sure you have, that video where it's like mispronouncing things? It's like watermelon, Aaron.
Yes, I think I have seen that.
I love that video.
Sounds like a TikTok video that would do very, very well. Christian, you listening? Could be an opportunity for you.
The top 5 words to mispronounce in a YouTube video about D&D.
Top 5 words to mispronounce to annoy you.
Dwargen.
DJ.
Did you see that?
DJ.
That was fun. I'm actually making a clip of that. I'm not doing it right now because I like to give you guys my full attention. I'm going to do that clip later on, and then I'll post it for all the thousands of...
Christian's actually live on OnlyFeet right now.
Yeah, and mispronounce D&D themed words. Do you reckon Christian would take pity on us and post that on his super famous, successful TikTok? He's back.
go to grab a drink for 1 second. And
Christian, can you turn around so we can talk behind your back?
You can't let your guard down for even a second with these.
All right, here we go. Here's the story, the real
Stab him.
truth. No, turn back. We need your beautiful face.
Yeah, the back of your head just doesn't have the same impact as the front. Not quite as articulate.
That's what my boyfriend says.
Hot.
Is there something you need to tell us, Christian? Now's the time to do it. Speaking of people who are articulate.
Speaking of people who have boyfriends.
Speaking of boyfriends, last but definitely not least, we have a player who lives, breathes, and shits tabletop RPGs. Some people even say that he was born with 120 feet of dark vision. Dan, what's going on, man? You have a good New Year?
I did, yeah. We're back here and having some fun. I played Bill, the human Sorcerer.
Sorcerer, I think it's pronounced actually. Sorcerer. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And yeah, happy to be back and see what was made of our Christmas spirit spreading last time.
Yeah.
I thought that was very good.
Yeah. That was an interesting situation. What an interesting situation. If you haven't seen that episode already, it's available on YouTube. It's our Christmas special from last year. It sounds like it's a really long time ago, but it was actually just last month. And to say things got a little out of hand might be a little bit of an understatement. Things got wild.
My wife, by the way, guys, my wife has watched 2 episodes partly.
What?
Of our campaign. And she had some feedback after the Christmas episode.
What did she say? All good stuff, no doubt.
She watched the first episode of Beckoned Blackest night where we talked about the things that are going to trigger people.
Good episode.
And then she watched the Christmas one. And she's like, you went through it like a fucking checklist. It was like, suffocation, children maiming, this. She's like, you did. It was the goddamn Canadian Barovian.
Technically, I hypnotic patterned the child, and the other child looked like a werewolf at the time, which means it's fine.
Yes.
And they were only blinded.
Hey, I'm fine with it. I'm just amazed at how.
And the one in the other
is.
house, technically you threw that, so you're to blame.
Oh no, I was fine with it.
I was fine with the child hurting.
Yeah. I wasn't giving the feedback. I was passing it on. I thought that episode went swimmingly.
It's video game rules, you know, like when you watch like Baldur's Gate, because they're goblin children, you can get away with it. But the second they're human children, it like flashes away and it won't show you.
That's right. If it's a different, I was gonna say different, right? If it's a different species, chuck them off a cliff. Like it's fine.
Let's start tonight's session.
Ben, holding your hand like that while you say that.
What does your wife have to say about that? Don't clip that. Don't clip that.
That was amazing.
What was I doing again?
Making my fucking night.
Hey, if I made someone happy, I've done my job.
Oh,
So I can just sign off now and let you guys do what you want to do.
Sorry guys, I should tell you, the sound isn't actually working on the stream.
Sound is not working on the stream. Okay, give me 1 second. That might be
I'm just
why.
fucking with you. It's working probably. I was
It's
just saying it just be a dick.
Oh, it is working?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, you
It's just been a dick.
Please don't do that to me. You know how stressful
working.
it is
It's working
that I've
perfect.
got to
It's
get
working
this stuff
perfect.
done? Like I've got 2 overlays I've got to set up these days.
It's working perfect, man. I just wanted to sound check you quickly. You sound perfect.
If I'm not bowled by the end of January, I don't know.
Oh, that was fun.
Okay.
Hercules.
Again.
Hercules.
Since it's a new year, I'm just going to ease us in with a low impact banter topic.
I heard that last night.
How do you guys feel about hardcore drugs?
Oh my god. Low impact banter topic.
Who wants to go first? Hardcore drugs. Anyone?
I'm neutral.
Neutral? You can go
usually.
either way, one way or the other. Not too concerned.
No, case by case basis.
Case
I have
by
a
case
government
basis.
job, so I abstain in the conversation.
I really want to
So-
get people fired up. It's the start of a new year, so I'm going to tackle the controversial
I don't
topics.
think it's a big issue at all. We use extremely heavy drugs for medicine and good purposes. We also use them for addiction and horrible purposes.
And we
Um,
use them for casual entertainment.
and casual entertainment. So I'm completely neutral. The people that suffer, that sucks. The people that get benefits, that rocks.
That's great. But people watching this, they don't need hardcore drugs because we are their hardcore drugs. That's right. Get your fix of Dungeons and Dragons right here on Crit Miss Role Playing Games, live every Thursday at roughly 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. We had some technical difficulties, so we're a little bit late tonight. I take no responsibility for that whatsoever. I'm literally just changing everything that we do. So, whew. But on that note, I do have some good news. Do you guys want to hear some good news for a change?
I'd love to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it could be good news, could be bad news, depending on which way you look at it. After my, let's say, heated conversation with my employer at the trailing end of last year, I have decided to drop 2 days of work so I can focus a little bit more on the channel. So I'm going to be working 3 days a week, and the other 2 days are going to be dedicated to ensuring that we put out the best quality actual play content possible.
Excellent.
So that's the good news. So you're going to be seeing more streams. We're going to have 5 streams a week. You're going to be seeing more social media content. For all of our tens of viewers out there, you're going to get a lot more content, a lot better content as well, hopefully. So that's the good news. And that's my Christmas present to all the people at home.
And
Are you
that's
gonna
the
start
good
doing
news.
TikTok dances, Fan?
Am I doing what? TikTok dances?
TikTok dances.
I'll do whatever it takes.
Heard it here, folks. Sven's gonna be the new Charlie D'Amelio.
Whatever it takes.
So where did we land with Irina's skin?
All right, Irina's skin. Let's talk about some Dungeons and Dragons. Now, we were a little bit late, so I'm not going to try and bog us down with too much of a wordy introduction. Just going to go through some important parts that I started writing earlier today and got halfway through and then stopped because I didn't have any more time left. You were beckoned to Barovia by a mysterious stranger named Aragal, who turns out may not have been entirely honest with you. As far as you're aware, you are now trapped here, as the whole valley seems to be surrounded in a mist that prevents anyone from leaving. Though if rumors are to be believed, the Vistani are free to come and go as they please. While in the village of Barovia, you were introduced to Ismark and Irina Kolyana, children of the late Burgomaster, who asked you to help get Irina to the town of Alaki, where Father Lucian and the Cathedral of St. Andrew could supposedly protect her from the devil, in quotation marks, who we now know is a man or a monster by the name of Strahd von Zarovich, and who seemed to have some ill intent towards Irina. Before you left Barovia, you were delivered via the possessed Father Donovich an invitation to attend the Lord of Barovia in Castle Ravenloft 1 night hence. You were told that there would be a chariot awaiting you in the western gate of Barovia to take you to the castle. You promptly left Barovia the following morning, and on the way you were waylaid by some horrible, horrible beasts, carrion crawlers, at a crossroads. And during that battle, bravely, Irina passed away. Now, not willing to give up on his sister just yet, you managed to convince Ismark that there still might be a chance that he could see his sister again. And if that chance were to be realized, it would be at the Cathedral of St. Andrew. So you cast... What was the spell called again?
Spare the Undying.
It's like gentle
Gentle
repose.
Gentle
Repose?
Repose.
Oh, that one.
You cast Gentle Repose on her body, and you carried her the rest of the way to the town of Vallaki. Now, when you arrived there, you discovered that the town was being forced into an unnatural charade of happiness. And when you arrived at the Cathedral of St. Andrew with hope in your heart that Irina could yet be restored to life, that hope was dashed when Father Lucian told you that the power to return her to life has been robbed of him. As a holy relic, the bones of St. Andrew, which usually rest within the cathedral, had been taken a day before you arrived. And he asked you if you could return that relic to him. He believes that the Morning Lord might be able to provide him with just enough power to cast a resurrection spell on Irina. Now, Thana, you've been thinking about this a lot of late. I mean, this is your domain, after all.
Yeah.
And you started to realize, after your experience with the spirits that seem to be lingering within the mists that surround Barovia, that somehow the people who pass here are being denied their rightful place in the afterlife, and their spirits are lingering here, tormented in this demi-plane of existence. And you start to realize that if you want to bring Irina back, you can, but the longer she remains within this state of not quite death, but certainly not alive, I mean, it's going to have some effect on her when she comes back. So you know that there's a bit of a ticking time clock, which is a standard clock. There's a ticking clock here, is what I'm trying to say. Because the longer she's there, the more it's going to affect her, and she might not come back the same. I think Father Lucian said as much as well. After speaking to him, you decide to go to the tavern to, let me just remember the name of the tavern here, the Blue Water Inn. That's right. And Fujin decides to go on a little escapade on his own, a little bit of scouting. He wants to do some shopping. I think he wanted to see if there were any houses that stood out amongst the rest as being more stately than the others. I think you originally you failed on that check, which led to you being discovered by the guards and being confronted by the guards while you were perched in the rooftops. And a confrontation began, and you managed to escape by using your sweet monk and rogue skills, by jumping from rooftop to rooftop as it was raining. I can still picture that scene so clearly in my mind. Unfortunately, this led to a confrontation in the Blue Water Inn, as the captain of the guard, a man called Isek, stormed in demanding that the tavern owner deliver this stranger to him. Whilst there, he saw Tane Nui and Thana looking completely out of place. He's never seen these people before. He immediately walks over towards you guys. Thana, of course, you are a tiefling. You've got horns. You know, you've got quite a striking appearance. And then to him, to someone who has lived his entire life in this backwater shithole, you're just an easy target. So he points you out.
Eerie.
I'm arresting you.
Fair
Tane
enough.
was having none of it. Combat breaks out. You guys manage to escape
By squozing through a window.
by squozing through several windows, several squoze checks, and you managed to escape that
squoze
situation.
were had.
There were so many squozes.
No, it was all squoze.
Yeah.
So many that we've actually had to sign a non-disclosure agreement tonight to prevent extra
No more
disclosures from happening.
No more squozes.
I love that. That was the best.
It's my e-cigarette that's helping.
And that's where we left off. I imagine you guys, it's nighttime. It's getting quite late now. I'm going to say it's probably 10 p.m. Something like that. That's late for me. I'm an old man. It's 10 p.m. It's been a long day. You guys are probably trying to avoid notice as you dash from one alleyway to another. But don't let me play your characters. You tell me, what are you guys doing? Where are you going? Are you going anywhere in particular? Or are you just trying to lay low?
I mean, Thana, like, I did sort of mention wanting to head to the markets to find Fujin. Like, I just think we should regroup at this point, but I'm happy to be led.
Yeah, I think I believe we're on the back of Pony Soprano and headed off. Would have swung around the front of the establishment and headed off to the north, I believe, on the battle map. So William was leaving. William Bloody Iron Dancer was leaving through the window with his hunter pals. And supposedly, I don't know how we do that. Like, my instinct was to swing around there and see if we can see him on the way out and sort of signal to him.
All right, so let's go to you, Bill. Last we saw of you, I believe you had just squozed through a window as this melee was breaking out inside of the tavern. Now, I do think I just sort of hand waved it and said, "Oh, you guys just meet back up and everything's fine and dandy."
Okay, cool.
But I want you to tell me, what do you think Bill would do, and we'll just go from there.
So after he squozed out the window, he did help his two new friends to squoze out. So there was multiple squozing.
So much squozes.
I can't believe you guys have never heard that word before. That's hysterical.
I've always heard of it. It's a very common word. We all know it.
I know how to spell
I
it
feel
too.
like
Let's
that statement was very
spell it
squashed to
together
the truth.
all at the same time, letter for letter. I think it's the only way we can prove it.
I think because before we went into the tavern, we set Tony Soprano up outside the window
Yep,
just in case we needed to jump out and land on it.
as always.
Yeah,
No.
like we've done at every single tavern in the
Yeah,
history of our life.
That didn't happen.
So my first thought after saying goodbye to the new friends, go around, see Tony Soprano.
All right, so you get out of the window. The two hunters who were with you, they might turn to you as you're trying to leave, and this is all sort of happening within whatever residual light is filtering through the windows of the tavern. They're like, what way do you go?
We have a horse round to the north.
Better to lay low,
I
I
don't know.
think. Horse makes too much sound. Whatever happened here is going to kick a hornet's nest. We're getting out of here. You can come
William,
with us.
we're going this way.
Yeah, let's tell everyone exactly
very
which way
loud,
the
yes.
fugitives are going.
You're a good man,
We're-
Mr. Iron Dancer. You're welcome to come with us if you wish, though I think your delicate hands might not be accustomed to our lifestyle.
Let me worry about my hands. Whereabouts are you heading?
We'll be heading into the woods.
Near that camp?
Which camp would that be?
The Vistani one you mentioned that was close by.
No, we'll keep our distance from there. Can't trust Vistani. Servants of the devil, all of them. Ah! Spits on the ground. Yes, you'll learn our ways quickly, Mr. Iron Dancer. No, we will leave here, and we will head into the woods. Lay low for a while. Wait for all of this to blow over, and perhaps we will return, or perhaps we continue to head west.
I'll keep a lookout. I don't think I'll be able to find you, but you should be able to hear us.
Well, it was good knowing you, Mr. Iron Dancer. He holds out a big, rough, hairy hand.
And he'll shake it.
He grabs you by the forearm and like squeezes your hand really hard. Very rough dude, very strong hands. Shakes your arm. He's like, to the west is Kresk. Perhaps we ply our trade there. If you
keep
wish
a
to
lookout.
find us, perhaps there. And he lets go of your arm, turns away, and he and his brother, or friend, disappear into the darkness as you rejoin with your compatriots. It starts to rain gently.
What happened in there?
Well, needless to say, the hood came off. So we know now why the hood should stay on. And then Tane started a fight. Thanks for that, by the way. That was, as much as I appreciated you coming to my defense, I think there was perhaps a more diplomatic way to have handled that.
You're welcome. Yeah. They don't seem to be right in the head here. But we need to lay low. We need to get out there. Find somewhere quiet.
And I imagine you
Where did
guys
Fuchin-
are sort of walking and talking as you're heading back in towards town, right?
Yeah, we're keeping off the beaten track and heading vaguely towards where we were or where we parted ways with Fujin. Rough estimate. And we are looking for a quiet place to rest.
Okay. Well, for starters, I want to get... It's been a long day. It's been a massive day. It's been taxing. People have died. You have been up since before the first light of dawn. You've had multiple combats. I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw from everyone. Low DC, because it hasn't been 24 hours yet. Just want to see how all of this, all of the events that have happened over the last, let's say, 14 or so hours now have sort of affected you. I know that's probably not a good estimate, but thereabouts.
I rolled a 15, which was 18, so I re-rolled, so it was disadvantage, and you got a 7.
Why did you roll disadvantage?
Meh.
Just curious. Just want to know why you rolled a disadvantage.
Oh, I just got like half chopped in half by someone, and I've taken a lot of beatings in 24 hours.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to just say, look, whatever the negative effects here are, I'm happy to take that for the for the sake of
well,
story.
yeah, I'm happy to just fail it.
This will be remembered. That's good. I appreciate that. Anyone who got lower than an 8 fails this check. Anyone who wants to intentionally fail the check, you may do so. Anyone? Hands raised? Yeah?
I think only Mod would do that.
Only
Camera's off, but Grace's hand is raised.
Grace's hand
No,
is raised,
Grace's
ladies
hand
and
is-
gentlemen.
Let the
Consider
record
now,
show
Grace.
Grace's hand is not raised.
Grace
Thank
raised
you
both
for
her
that.
hands, one for herself and one for Christian. Oh, okay. You're everyone except for Dan. You're
Dan
fantastic.
actually had a delicious beverage at the tavern, and he's feeling fantastic.
Those
I
people
feel
who
like Dan- I
failed.
feel like Bill's just chilled this
That's-
entire life.
Anyone who
William
fa-
Iron Dance is feeling great because he's played by Dan, one of the greatest people.
And
Literally.
he also had 2 new friends as well, so he's
Yeah.
riding that high.
He's doing well for himself. Out of everyone, he's having the best time so far.
Magic.
Fujin's girlfriend died. Grace is Thana rather is being constantly the victim of racism.
I didn't even get to like third base or anything.
No, nor will you.
No, yeah.
Can
Bummer
we
didn't race the
rewrite
crowd.
the story and just say that Thana and I ran off, and William tracks us down and walks in and tells us how fucking amazing his night was?
Loki, we're like
just sit
hiding
there.
out in the forest, like panicking over what to do, and Bill just like stumbles in drunk. Guys, you have no idea how great my night has been.
Everyone's covered in blood and feces, and Dan walks in with double fisting some ales, and yeah, I can picture the scene so clearly in my head. Everyone has a friend like that, by the way, someone who like disappears, and you've had an awful night, everyone's vomiting, and they show up, and they've won $200 in the pokies. Hate that guy, whoever that guy is. I don't like you. I want you to be miserable. If I'm miserable, everyone should be miserable, and that's why I run this game. All right. Anyone who failed that check or intentionally failed that check, you take 1 point of exhaustion. Now, we are using the 2024 rules of exhaustion, so there are 10 stages, with each stage representing a -1 to a check. Christian, you look confused. Is that not how that works?
You were right, but it's close. You're right, but there's 6 stages.
There's 6 stages. There's 10 stages. There's 12 stages now, okay? And each one represents it's 6 stages, and a -1 to or any D20 roll. Now, like I said, normally you would roll this after, I think, 24 hours of being awake, something like that, I think is what it says in the book I never read. But I'm going to say, like, this has been a very, taxing day for you guys.
No, that's a fair call.
We're going to be rolling those moving forward every once in a while until you guys actually manage to have some rest here. Now, cutting away from that scene, unless you guys want to do something specific or head in a specific direction, I don't think we've actually established where you're going. Were you heading towards the stockyard?
I mean, ideally, I would like to go regroup with Fujin, but I understand if that's not narratively possible.
No, I would say Tane's in control of the horse, so Grace, I'm going to horse explain you what we're doing because I'm in control of the horse. We are not, like, if Fujin's somewhere quiet, there's a 1 in 4 chance we'll go near him and he might spot us and call us over. But I am heading somewhere quiet and dark to sleep and hide.
Slay.
So nowhere in particular. You're just looking for somewhere where you can lay low.
Like a haystack somewhere.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm
And
chill.
hopefully halfway across town. Or 3/4 of the way across town.
All right. Roll a D100 for me.
You got this, Mod.
Come on, 6767. Oh, 53.
53. 53 is kind of what we were looking for. Just looking
So
for
we go halfway across
50
town,
or
but
over.
then keep going away from the middle of town.
Well, let's take us to the map.
Take it to the map.
Take it to the map. As we do this, so we can have a little bit of a clearer idea of sort of where we're going, and this will feed into a little bit as well what's going on with Fujin. So have a look at the map here. You guys were at the Blue Water Inn. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
You can see that? Okay,
Yes.
excellent. As far as you're aware, Christian, or Fujin rather, was heading towards the Arasek stockyard, which is towards the east, which you actually saw when you first arrived in Vallaki at the eastern gate. That's the last that you knew that Fujin was heading. So that's fairly well on the other side of town.
Yep.
It's also a fairly wide open, dark sort of area. Now you can just try and find somewhere to lay low. I'm going to say with the 50, you can find a place, maybe like a dark alleyway or something like that that ends in like a dead end or something that you think you might be able to lay low for a little while. But
yeah. Even a stable, and then remove all the markings and stuff off Pony Soprano, and yeah,
okay, all right. So let's say you're heading in that direction. Now, as you're going along, you can see that probably because of everything that's happened in the lead up to this, there are guards patrolling the streets, usually in groups of 3. They are going back and forth. You can see their torchlight. Maybe if you're hiding in an alleyway, you can see the torchlight, or the lantern light rather, and then they pass by the alleyway. But you know it's going to be difficult to get where you want to go. So I might need a stealth check. I'm going to get a group stealth check, but what I will do, because it's nighttime, it's raining, and they currently don't know where you are, where you've gone, I'll get you to do it with advantage. I'm going to set the DC here at, let's say, 12. DC 12. And we're going to use the average of everyone's roll.
Did you say super advantage?
Just advantage. So roll a stealth check twice. Take the higher of the two. Let me know what it is. And if 2 out of 3 succeed, you're going to be fine.
That's fair.
So we have a 6 from Tane.
I got an 11.
I will say this. New episode. You do have a point of inspiration. I'm just going to do it at the start of the episode. So if you want to use it, you can use it. If not.
Yes.
You want to use it?
Yes. 18.
All right. So, Bill, coming in hot. Stealth check. I mean, you got to be pretty stealthy as a...
William, how are we both in this goddamn shadow? There's only one shadow. There's 2 of us in this.
I'm only small.
That checks out.
Okay. That's 2 out of 3. You stealthily dart from one alleyway to another, avoiding areas of light. Like ninjas. Maybe you pass by a lit lantern. Or maybe the camera pans up and we see the moon momentarily obscured by a cloud. And as it becomes unobscured again, we pan back down and now we see a different scene. We see Fujin. And it's a very similar scene to what we just saw before, except there's no horse. It's just Fujin and this, gonna say, elderly gentleman. As you move through the streets and you...
I remember, yeah, so... Sorry to interrupt. I just found my notes. It was a young elf man, but he had revealed himself to be an older human man.
Yes, that is correct. So, and I'm not sure if I made this clear as well. I think as you when someone was leaving the tavern, you bumped into someone. Is that correct?
Yeah. They bumped into a bard as the bard was leaving, and this is pretty certain the same one. I met a young elf man who was in bardic clothing, who now turns out to be this Rudolph van Richten.
That's correct. And he's sort of leading you through the streets, and one thing that you notice is he may not be a young man, but he easily avoids the notice of the guards as he ducks from alleyway to alleyway, waits for a second as a patrol comes past, goes across the street. It's not like he's like trying to duck down or anything like that. He's just walking pretty casually, so it's almost like he knows this town extremely well, knows the guards extremely well, and just has all of this like in the back of his head. So you get the feeling that this guy is an old hat at this kind of game.
I'd like to think, actually, just to reflavor it, Fujin probably doesn't connect it in that. Like that this guy knows the town, or that he's like... Fujin's got a very high wisdom, very low intelligence, and I guess trying to feed into that, Fujin wouldn't piece things together and instead probably just call upon his own experience and think that just like Fujin, who is good at hiding because he has to hide from people, that this guy is hiding because he's had experience in the past of people chasing him. So yeah, as we're like walking and he sort of ducks behind one of many of these corners, are you on the run from people too?
He stops. He's back against the wall for a moment, and he's leaning on his cane.
You're very deft of foot, and I'm the same, but that's because I know that my family could be after me. Who's after you?
Over the many years that I have been doing what I do, have made a great many enemies.
Anyone in this town or this foggy place?
It is true. I have spent some time here, within the walls of Vallaki. And my apprentice even says that I have spent too long here, that I move too slowly. She has yet to learn patience. Patience is imperative in my line of work. Quickly now. Follow me. And he darts across the road, heading east towards the stockyard.
Fujin will follow after, just to make sure that he remembers correctly. He just said that he has a female apprentice, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
That is correct.
Yes. Fujin will quietly follow after.
One second, just writing some notes. And it takes a few minutes as you duck from street to street, avoiding notice as you go. But after a while, you and he stand in front of a wide courtyard. You can see there is the remnants of some dim firelight peeking through the shutters of a small building. To the east of the entrance, and just to the west of the entrance, you can see that there is what seems to be like a large warehouse, or almost like like a large barn, a warehouse type structure, like 2 stories, but you're probably thinking
large double doors,
stuff like that. And in the center of this courtyard, you can see a almost like a circus carriage, that type of thing. It's not a circus carriage, but it has that same sort of vibe. It's like a large traveling, like domed roof type carriage, and it has like this like colorful but faded paint. And Rudolph van Richten, legendary figure in D&D lore, by the way, turns back towards you, and he's like, "Sorry, I don't remember if I got your name."
Yeah, it was pretty quick. Fujin.
Fujin.
You were, Rudolph.
That is correct. Rudolph van Richten, he says, overly dramatic.
Why did I need to follow you here?
Because
You said you had a plan?
I see the light of resistance in your eyes, burning within you. He leans closer towards you. Was I wrong?
I don't think so. We've been encountered enough, I think, with the one who rules this land. And I can already see which side I stand upon.
Tell me, boy, what side do you stand on? Do you stand on the side of light and good? Or would you fall, as so many others have, to temptation? He's looking you straight in the eye as he's saying this.
A little bit sort of like unnerved, because Fujin's never really had to commit to anything for most of his life. Anything was his parents, and that was a bad form of commitment. He'll take like a step back. Look, I know that I'm not aligned with whoever the Lord is here, but I wouldn't say that I'm ready to be the hero that I think you want. All I know is that the Lord is against someone that I'm growing close to. And if they're against them, meaning them harm, then it's my job to protect them.
And I imagine he's like holding a lantern as he's talking to you, leaning on his silver-tipped cane.
The other people in Vallaki, the village of Barovia, she is safe as long as she's in the city's walls. So as long as the city's walls are safe, she's safe. So I will protect Vallaki as long as that means protecting her. But that is my reasoning behind it. Not to protect the townsfolk, just because this town and their folk give her a veil of protection.
Mod, I see you drew a card, but it doesn't seem to be functioning. Give me 1 second, and I will do that draw for you.
If you, if whatever you're offering aligns with bringing safety to her or some of my other new companions, then you can count on me. Otherwise, I don't care.
Yes, Fujin.
He looks you in the eyes and he's like, that will have to be good enough. I'm not looking for heroes. I am looking for people who are motivated. And he turns away from you, carrying the lantern. He walks into the center of the courtyard, approaching the wagon.
As I follow him, I've already done enough insight checks on him to see if he's lying or not, and I think I can trust him. But just to make sure that I'm on the safer side, could I do a check to see if he's armed? I know that he had the walking cane, but to see if under the ruffles of his cloak as he's moving, if I can see like the indentation as like the cloth wettens against his body of anything holstered, anything on his back, anything under layers of the large cloak that he's wearing.
Checking him out? You're checking out Rudolph Van Richten?
Getting prepared in case this old man turns on me.
Alright, bro. I'll allow it. Roll. I'm going to say a perception check. Let's get a little bit unsure about whether something should be a perception check or an investigation check. No, not insight. Insight I fully understand. But insight is a different matter entirely. Or not insight, no, perception or investigation. I don't know.
I always think that investigation's touching, perception's looking.
All right, you want to go touch him?
No.
Frisk him?
I'm going to save my inspiration because I don't think this is the most important thing that's probably going to happen in this conversation. But a 10, average.
Let's have a look here. He does not appear to be armed, as far as you can tell. He's wearing like pretty much what I described earlier. Like the clothes he is wearing are still the same. So he's wearing that faded bardic clothes covered by a thick cloak with the cowl sort of drawn up. And as he walks away, you don't see anything that sort of stands out to you weapon-wise.
Okay.
But he approaches the wagon, and you see him pull out that package. Not his package, a package. He's not pulling out his package.
I understand.
How big is his package?
As he's pulling it out in Fujin's mind.
Roll a d20 mod. Let's find out.
In Fujin's mind, he's probably more skeptical due to the fact that he couldn't see a weapon. As in his experience with his family and with people he's met, if you can't see a weapon that someone's holding, it means that they fight in underhanded terms, either with magic or with hidden tricks, which he doesn't like. He prefers it when someone just charges head first, just like he does. So he's probably more worried about Rudolph due to the fact that he can't see a weapon.
All right. That makes sense.
But he'll, I guess, wait as Rudolph approaches the door, pulls out
his 14-inch package. He pulls out his 14-inch package and unwraps it. And I think I said earlier there was like some apples and a piece of meat. He pulls out the piece of meat from the wrapped cloth that he has. And he just like tosses it through one of the windows of the wagon. And I don't need a roll for this. You see like the wagon like shake back and forth for a second. And after that he comes back and he's like, we have much to discuss. And I think it would be best for you to lay low for a while. Whatever you have done, it seems to have upset the gods.
Big demon hand guy definitely didn't seem happy when I destroyed his doll.
Isaac Strasny is his name. And he
That
is
guy.
a victim as much as a product of this land. Did you ever have an opportunity to look into his eyes?
Yeah. They seemed unsettlingly familiar to my own in the past.
Dead. Yes. Like a shark. A predator.
Are we going to talk and kind of like look around as we're just still standing on the outside here?
Come with me.
And he leads you over towards the warehouse. And we're going to cut back to Bill, Tane, and Thana. You approach the courtyard as well. And top of what I said earlier, you can see the warehouse, you can see the small building, some firelight coming in through the shutters. You can see the shadow-choked square, and it's sort of the whole courtyard is hemmed in all around by these townhouses that sort of loom out of the darkness, crowding in perhaps a little too close around the courtyard. There's crates and barrels sort of lined up, and you can see the wagon in the middle of the courtyard. And maybe as you guys get there, you see someone slipping into the warehouse and closing it behind them.
All right.
What do you do?
Maybe we can get in that wagon and hide in there for the night.
The wagon.
Yeah, like, it doesn't look very comfy, but
I object on multiple levels. No.
can you keep your voice down, please? We're literally in hiding. Just
What?
bring it down, podcast level.
I'm sorry.
No, not whispering.
That was a
What do
stage
you want me
whisper, I
to
think.
do? Can I do a perception check on this wagon and just so like what did we see of this wagon?
Exactly what you see in the picture that is
Stunning.
on the map. You see
Okay.
a red roofed, double axled traveling wagon. Has a big sign on the outside of it. Yeah, that's
I would like to roll perception
Yeah,
on the wagon.
perception on the wagon.
Like to perceive the wagon.
Okay? Roll perception.
Oh, I'm rolling like shit today. That's a 7.
Yeah, you see a wagon.
Yeah, it's a wagon. Well, I mean, it could be worse. We could be out here with scary demon hand guy, which might I say seems a tad hypocritical that he doesn't like me when he's walking around with a hand like that. But who am I to judge? After you, Tane.
All right, but first, we're undercover here, so let's check all these shed doors quietly and just sort of see if there's any of them open, and we're gonna do a bit of a search around there. And then Tane just stops and, like, bolt upright, terrified. He turns back to William and Thana and holds up his shield and the soup ladle that he took out of the kitchen.
Yeah.
He's like, I really fucking hope Ismark grabbed my gear from the kitchen and took it somewhere. From the tavern, sorry.
So what did you leave in the kitchen? Please remind me.
In the tavern.
Yeah. What did you leave there?
Everything.
Everything? Your armor, all that gear? What did you leave?
No, I wore my armor. I just took my backpack and stuff off and then got cleaved by a sword while I was sitting at the table eating dinner.
Yeah,
I wasn't
you
wearing a
did.
backpack.
During that fight, you offered to say that we could take everything with us, and then Mod said no, that he wanted to be
I just said it doesn't make sense.
It makes sense within the narrative, and I appreciate him sticking to the narrative. It makes sense in my head. I mean, maybe you'd still be wearing your armor. Would you be carrying a sword and shield? Your sword would be on your belt. Sure, your shield would be taken off. You'd take off your backpack, I suppose.
Suit, ladle, suit, shield, armor. Good to go.
So unless you quickly grab that stuff, but yeah, you're gonna have to send me what was actually in your backpack and all that kind of stuff, because I'm gonna need to keep track of that now that you've sort of left it behind.
Yeah,
but
I'm hoping Ismark grabbed it.
He might have. He might not have.
I know.
Fun
That's
fact.
what I said. I hope. I'm saying it to the characters. I'll find out later.
I did sit down on my own to play Dungeons and Dragons to find out what actually happened in the tavern after you guys left. So stuff happened.
Hey, well, if you've got a record, I can guarantee you 100% you wouldn't have written on there, they take Tane's gear.
No, because I completely forgot that was a thing. But
Default. But yeah, look, listen, it might be a bit tight on that, so maybe we'll have a look in these warehouses. And Tane, how far away are we from the door that had the light in it?
How far away are you?
Yeah, I just want to. Yeah. How far?
15 feet. I said 30 before, but I think to be able to see the wagon, you've got to be a little bit closer. So you're 15, 20 feet away from that building. So sort of in between the warehouse and the other building. The entrance.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm going to go over there, try and see if the doors are open or shut. I look towards...
Of the warehouse? Just to be clear.
Yeah. Well, wasn't there multiple? You said there was multiple buildings around?
One warehouse, one building, one house. It looks like a house. Might be a place of commerce.
And the one with the light is the house?
The one with the light is the house, yes.
Yeah, we're going to try and go in the warehouse.
You want to go check out the warehouse? Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You approach the warehouse. You can see large double doors in front of you. There are some windows, but they're more at second level sort of height. So you can't just look into them. You'd have to like climb up there to look in. There are actually some lanterns that are sort of burning low out the front of the warehouse as well, which is probably why you were able to see someone going into the warehouse earlier. And there is also a service door.
I think William is like getting inside right now. He did a squoze check.
Did a squoze check? What'd you get on your squoze check, bro?
So I just want. So the thing that's what I was asking. So the person slipped into the warehouse, not the house, but the house has the light on.
The house has the light on. There are some lights out the front of the warehouse, which is what allowed you to see the person going in there or it closing. Yes. They entered in.
Yeah, well, is there a place on the deck of the warehouse, like out of the rain, that we could curl up and go to sleep?
No. No, there is not. Nothing that's going to like keep you safe from the elements. You'd have to go inside.
All right, well, guys, I guess we're going inside, and I'm going to go try the door.
And we cut back to Fujin and Rudolph Van Richten. And you enter into the warehouse, and you can see it's roughly 55 odd feet across long and about 45 feet wide. You can see it's a large open space. You can look up to see the roof above you, and maybe you can see some water dripping down from the ceiling above, darkness in the rafters, and Rudolph has like turned his gas lantern like right down, so there's only like the barest amount of light coming from his lantern. And as you're looking around, you hear the door rattle behind you. As you entered, by the way, Rudolph sort of locked the door behind him. He seems to have a key to this courtyard, or this warehouse, rather. And as the door rattles,
someone else?
Rudolph sort of spins and faces the door, and he stops and smells the air for a second, like gripping his cane in his hand. He slowly starts to approach the door, and he holds a finger to his lips, and he puts his ear to the wall right next to the door.
Hello? Hello? We saw you go in here earlier. We need some assistance. We're freezing cold. We're tired. We need somewhere to rest. And he bangs the door a little bit.
And
I'm so sorry. We need your help.
Rudolph turns towards you, Fujin.
I'll be like half ducked behind, I guess, any sort of boxing inside the room that I can see. But who is it? What are they saying? As I'm sort of like crouched away from the door.
It appears to be the voice of a man. Large, by the sounds of it. But an accent not of this place. Friends of yours, perhaps?
Are there many people not of this place?
No.
Big. Ask
Few
him if his
strangers
name.
in Barovia.
Yeah. Ask him if their name is Tane.
You want me to ask if his name is Tane?
That's the one I know. If it's not them, don't let them in.
And Rudolph's just like,
Okay.
who is it? He calls out.
Right. Listen. I'm not from here. You're not. My name is Tane Nue. We're travelers, my friends and I, and I'm injured, and we just need to rest.
Sana
Please.
will come up next to him and sort of like lightly knock on the door as well. And is like, we don't mean you any harm whatsoever. Just as Tani said, it's cold and it's raining. We've had an awfully long day, and you know what? It would just be great if you'd let us in.
And he turns back towards you. And he's like,
I think it might be your traveling companions. Can they be trusted?
They're the ones that I said that I would only do this if it meant protecting them. I've spent a long time with them, but I've gotten close with them. They're good people.
Like, I know you're doing me a favor, but I must emphasize how cold it is. Like, and I'm bleeding.
It's really fucking cold out here.
The wine's starting to wear off.
and Rudolph draws a set of keys from his belt, same ones he used to unlock the door earlier when you came inside. And you guys who are outside, you hear and the door opens slightly, and you see the face of an elderly man sort of poke his head through. Just the lantern light hanging up outside. You can see a gaunt, elderly human man, weather-worn face, sort of deep lines on his face, sunken eyes, and he's like, "You'd better come in." Steps aside, pushes the door open.
Thank you.
And you enter into the warehouse.
Yes.
You know what? I can take you to a map. No, that's the wrong one. Take you to that one.
I give him I attempt to give him a handshake, a meaningful one, with full eye contact. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And yeah, no, he grasps your hand. What the hell is going on with the map? Right
Then
now?
I headbutt him. No.
Boom! Roll for initiative. Blood
I want to put a smite on it.
bursts from his broken nose.
And I turn to Fujin. You're fucking next. And then I pass it.
I don't know what's happening with my map right now. It's there we go. There we go.
For those of you listening, that was all fictional. I shook his hand and said the thank yous.
Alright, so we're gonna put Bill in there, and we're gonna put Fujin in there, and we're gonna put Stana in there, and we'll put Tane. There you go. You're all in the warehouse now. You're out of the rain. That's gotta be nice.
The warehouse now.
Let's see if I can find this guy as well. No, it's not gonna let me. Oh, no, there he is. I'm gonna put him there. I'm gonna unhide him. He's still on this picture. I think he has his elf. Oh no, I've got his actual image here as well. So I'm gonna change that because he has switched. Boom! There he is, Rudolph van Richten, ladies and gentlemen, from Richten's Guide to this place. Woo! D&D. Love it.
Yeah.
All right, so there he is. Rudolph van
Right.
Richten, Fujin, Tane, Bill, and Dana.
Yay.
Fujin, are you kidding me? How did you get here?
Across the rooftops.
How did you know we'd come here?
I didn't. That was just good luck.
Well, I'm bloody, and I go to walk, and I sort of stumble, and sort of like, oh,
You're bleeding.
I'm just, hang on, I just need to sit down for a second. Fuck me.
As soon as Tane sits down, Thana is gonna come over, and I think I'm going to cast. Have I got spell slots? I do. How would you feel about Healing Word?
I just need rest. But you guys rest first, and I'll watch.
No? Okay. He doesn't need healing. That's fine. Fujin, how was your night?
A guy with a big demon hand tried to kill me, and then I found this guy.
No way! A guy with a big demon hand also tried to kill me. What a coincidence.
Yeah, it would seem you have run afoul of the captain of the guards, the right-hand man of the burgomaster, His Excellency.
There was no chickens.
He
What do you
raises an
mean?
eyebrow towards you, Bill.
We didn't have any fowl.
I get it now.
You know,
It is good to see that this place has not killed your sense of humor just yet. It can be easy for such things to be squashed by the oppressive atmosphere within Barovia. Tell
We
me,
refer to squires.
young man. And he walks over towards you, Bill. Smells. I smell a scent of destiny on you. What brings you to this place?
I was just going for a walk with my friend Tane. He wanted to sing some songs, and I thought I would entertain him.
Story checks out.
I have spent the better part of a year here in Valaki. So long, in fact, that my apprentice has stormed off, impatient with the hunt. She has seen, finally, the evil that these creatures inflict on people, and it was too much for her, I fear. She may have already fallen victim to this vampire. Nosferatu. Have you heard of the Lord of this land? It goes
The one they call the
by the
devil.
name Strahd von Zarovich.
He invited us to dinner. We didn't take him up on it though.
Curious. Curious indeed. In my time here in this valley, I have been gathering knowledge, learning about my enemy. And in this time I have learned that this vampire, Strahd, often lures adventurers here with the promise of gold and wealth. And he looks towards you, Tane, and glory. Only to play with them like the cat does with a mouse. I had slain many of these monsters, but never seen one as wicked and cruel as Strahd von Zarovich. The multiverse is lucky that he has been locked away here within this domain for so long. I fear that should he ever escape this place, he will inflict the same suffering on the rest of the multiverse.
What would you have us do? You brought me here because you wanted help. You had some idea.
Some things has changed of late. For 400 years, Strahd has been content with causing pain and suffering to the people of Barovia. But something is different now. I have done my best to get a better understanding of what it is, but there's something in the air. Something that sets the hairs on the back of my neck on end. The tension is building. and it bodes ill for everyone. I think your presence here is more than just a game. This time, I believe that Strahd wants something, hunts for something, but I do not yet know what.
There's like the love triangle between Fujin and Irina and him.
He looks towards you, Fujin. Smoldering gaze. Do you say anything?
He bit her. And apparently, in the village of Barovia, the brother told us that he seems to be relenting their house and the father after her. She's the one I want to protect that I told you about.
I think she likes Fujin more.
I hope so.
Turns back towards you, Bill.
You mentioned love.
I mean, it's early days, yeah, but we're all kind of hoping.
Well, I certainly think so. I definitely wouldn't have damned myself if I thought that it wasn't going anywhere. Would have been an awful waste of my eternal soul.
Love is a fleeting thing, best left abandoned. You cannot have such personal things, attachments, if you wish to escape this place. But
Well,
love,
you're just a ray of sunshine.
love is something that a vampire cannot feel. Their dark hearts are too full of malice. No. If Strahd has his attentions towards this woman, it is not for love. Irina, you say? Where is she now?
Insight check. This dude obviously has plans around Strahd, but like, why is she important? Just being protective, Fujin. Is his plan involving using her? Because he's already been used enough by other people.
Yeah, you can roll an insight check.
Well, Dana, were you over healing Tane? Are you? Who's the closest out of you and Bill?
I mean, probably me. I'm happy to heal you if you want it. I offered.
No, that's right. That's right. I think I've woken up for this guy, and I'm just like, right. I think Fujin really trusts this guy. Honestly, that's huge. That's
21 on the inside check. You're starting to get the feeling, especially from what he said earlier, you can't have any personal attachments. This guy is willing to sacrifice anything and anyone to take down Strahd. This is the kind of guy who is well-intentioned, wants to do good for people, but has spent so long fighting evil that he believes that the ends justify the means for him. So, does he want to use Irina? Not necessarily. Would he use her to gain an advantage? Does he see her as a possible asset in his crusade against Strahd? You would think so, by the look in his eyes.
She's somewhere in Valaki at the moment, but this was a mistake. Thank you. And I'm gonna start walking for the door.
Right. Yeah. I hear ya.
You lot, we still need somewhere to go. The inn.
Oh no, I don't think the inn would be a suitable place for us right now. We did kind of start a tiny, teensy little bar fight in there due to my outward disposition and Tane's headbutting. So yeah, I don't think that would be a
I
very good
fear
idea.
there are few safe places for you within these walls. You're welcome
That's
to
the
leave
threat?
if you wish. But I promise that as long as you are here, you will be safe. You may rest, and you may leave if you wish to do so.
Even if we don't help you.
You may do as you wish. I will not stop you. All I simply wish to do is to finally end the curse of Barovia.
Yeah, I guess openly to him and the party.
Well, I can understand wanting to take down something, but I'm not going to risk Irina for that, so you can chat with my friends if you'd like to, but me and her would probably not going to get involved. And I'm gonna, I guess, find a box nearby and start pulling on my bedroll.
I can
Yeah,
see.
why would we want to go anywhere else when we got perfectly comfy barrels and...
I don't think Tane's in a position to move. And I mean, Bill, what are your thoughts?
Well, I did make new friends. We could go west with them, but it's getting late. I don't want to carry Tane. I don't know if I can.
I don't think I could carry Tane. I don't think Fujin could carry Tane.
I could drag Tane.
I would prefer you didn't. So I guess we're staying here then. And she sort of looks at the Richtenstein and she like offers him a hand. It's like, my name is Thana. Thank you for having us. It's a pleasure. And she sort of pulls her hood up a little bit more. She's like, you'll have to, forgive us. We've had a bit of a big night.
There is no need to hide your heritage. Me, young lady.
Oh, well, I mean, in that case, and she throws up her hood and she's like, well, it's nice to not have to, deal with the whole hood hair thing. But it is much appreciated. It's, it's nice not to have to wear that.
These symbols that you carry on your skin. Religious in nature.
Yeah, yes. Well, it's a little bit complicated, but I am a child of the Lord Hades, and I am on my, I guess you could call it sabbatical, from the cloister. So we get some time 3 years to go away and discover ourselves, and then come back to the cold embrace of our Lord, if we so wish. But as of late, I'm a little bit conflicted. But that's irrelevant.
Is
But
it
yes,
treatment that you have endured by the people of Barovia. I feel as though I should apologize on their behalf. Unaccustomed to those with fiendish blood, are they? Accustomed more to suffering. They are quick to lay the blame on anyone they perceive as being an easy target. They are desperate for any sort of relief. But whatever suffering they may have caused you, he will inflict upon you 1,000 times more. He hates the gods. He blames them for his curse. And he will blame you all the same.
His curse? Oh, are you talking about the vampirism? Disgusting thing that. I'm not entirely sure why anybody would want that.
I do not think that this thing was something that he sought out intentionally. Rather, usually in cases such as this, these things are inflicted upon them by a greater evil. They prey on the weaknesses of mortals. They take advantage of them and offer them an alternative. Whatever it is that caused Strahd to lay his soul down at the feet of such incomprehensible darkness, I do not know. But perhaps in there we might find the answer of how we could end him. You've seen him, haven't you? In your dreams.
Thana, like, her eyes go wide, and she sort of, like, looks around to see if anyone's listening. And she's like, I haven't the foggiest what you're talking about. And she you can tell she's very uncomfortable.
Fujin's got a pretty high passive perception, and he'll probably just whisper to himself, probably loud enough that they'd be able to hear, "He is ancient, he is the night." As I sort of like look towards the group a little bit.
And she like looks back at Fujin and is like, yes, that.
And Rudolph smiles and sees crooked teeth.
I see that you have all been inflicted by his darkness. He will never let you leave this place as long as he still lives. Anyway, rest your heads. You will need your strength come morning if you have angered Isaac.
And if you would like to rest, you can.
Yeah, Fujin's going to roll back over, and it's probably going to be pretty, in his mind, as he's going to bed, thoughts of maybe helping him. That last sentence explaining that he's never going to be able to leave here. The rest of his party were mentioning that they didn't want to be trapped, and look, neither does Fujin. He didn't have the best life, obviously, before this, but he doesn't like the idea of being restrained, a sort of slight hyperventilation, again, of like claustrophobia, even though it's an entire realm of like trees and forests and whatnot. The idea that the fog is stopping him from ever going anywhere, maybe dreams and flashbacks that night of a small black room and the dust methods constantly suffocating him. Thoughts of possibly maybe taking this guy up on his offer in the next morning.
It's maybe not even necessarily just enclosed spaces, but just the idea of having your freedom removed and being restrained. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So you guys bed down. And the last...
DM, just before you say what you say,
just before I say what I'm saying.
So Tane's pretty much asleep, but then he stands up and he actually takes his armor off. Wow. And then he does himself a little touch hands and does a little bit of healing on his gash, and then he goes to sleep. So he sleeps without his armor for the first time.
Sleeping without your armor.
Just in
Fujin-
case that affected what you're
Fujin will take his clothes off and wring them off, but his AC
I
stays
think we've
the same.
established Fujin sleeps naked, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. Correct. Yeah.
Fujin just strips completely naked.
Everyone probably notices that as I'm like on top of a bedroll, on top of some boxes, just my butt cheeks as I'm turned away from you all.
Just remember that if there's a random encounter during the night. Just remember that you're fighting.
Hey,
Dong
even if
out.
I'm naked, my AC is the same, and I'm a monk, so baby, I can do it.
I feel like if anything, we should get a surprise round because they'd be so fucking drunk.
He just like jumps up, wiener just blowing in the wind even though he's inside.
Okay, yeah, long rest.
You can have a long rest if you would like to have a long rest.
I would like to have a long rest.
Yeah, I'd like to have a long rest. I have so many questions for this guy. So many questions.
Did you have an image yet on your shield? Oh, you don't have your shield, but on your armor.
No, I have my
No.
shield.
Oh, you've got your shield. You did bring your shield. Did you have an image yet? I can't remember.
Yeah.
We did? What was it again?
Yeah. An empty scroll.
An empty scroll. And I think maybe as you are sleeping, Rudolph just sits on a barrel watching you. Maybe it's a little bit
Creepy.
unsettling, creepy, but you also feel somehow safer with him around. And he sets that lantern on a box, a crate, next to him, down low. And we pan across to see you all sort of bedded down in your bedrolls. Maybe we see that dim lantern light reflecting off that empty scroll on your shield. And we do like a long zooming in onto that little flicker of light. And as we get real close to it, we see it shifts from that white yellow to a dull, lifeless grey. And as we get closer, we then begin to pan across. And we're no longer there. We're no longer in the warehouse. We can see Bog caressing the boughs of these tall, almost dead looking trees. The ground is like a inky black that stretches out as far as you can see, your vision obscured by this fog and the boughs of these trees. It's almost, dull and lifeless. No, very little light, just grey light. And we can hear the sound of footsteps. And we see from behind a feminine figure just walking through this empty, lifeless forest enshrouded by this fog, this oppressive fog. And she's looking from side to side as if she's searching for someone. And we can hear footsteps behind, and she wheels around, and we can see it's Irina. She's like, hello? And the sound of her voice echoes, dull and muted. We hear someone else. She spins around again. She's like, is someone there? Who's there? And then we can hear, like, grunting. It's mine. Vague sound of, like, words. Why'd they take it? It's mine. They should give it back. It's getting louder and louder. And we see Irina sort of start to take a few steps back away from that sound, and we can see within the fog the vague, dark image of a person getting closer and closer. And she turns, Irina turns, and just like starts to run into the fog. We're following her from behind her. We can see the boughs of the trees flashing past us. And after a few minutes, she stops, panting. She looks around. We can see the fog from her breath. And we can just hear what sounds like a infant crying somewhere. And she turns to face where the sound is coming from. And then we just start to see all of these dark figures start to materialize in the fog, approaching her, getting closer. We can hear some of them like yelling and shouting, and some of them are crying, and the figures start to reach out towards her, almost unseen. Like we can't see any details as they reach towards her. She's like panicking. She's lying on the ground, like not lying on the ground, but she like kneels down on the ground, just like putting her hands up, trying to just protect herself from these spirits that are getting closer towards her. And then all of a sudden, they all stop. All of these dark figures begin to retreat back into the mist. And for a long moment, it goes quiet. Irina looks around, unsure about why these spirits suddenly fell back. And then we hear whispering, just faintly. It sounds like hundreds of voices, all whispering at once, and it's getting louder and louder, and we see more and more of Irina's breath as it seems to be getting colder, and we see maybe a shot of the hairs on her arms and the back of her neck stand up as we see this gargantuan shadow block out whatever faint light there was. And then we cut away from that scene and we come up on a wide shot, and it's an aerial view looking straight down. It's like a forest, just trees. And the big title card comes up. 6 years ago, we see a single snowflake drift past the camera and down. And we begin to lower down towards the ground. And we can see there's a small roadway that carves its way through this forest. And as we pass the canopy, we see a figure lying in the snow next to the road. There's a javelin lying on the ground next to him. The snow has turned a mixture of crimson and obsidian, blood and ash. And we continue to zoom in, and we see this human male, almost impossible to recognize them, lying there, skin burnt, bleeding from a hole in their shoulder, rasping breath, clearly dying, spits out some blood, mixes the blackened snow next to him. And as he lays there dying, we can hear the crunch of the snow as someone approaches. Harigan.
Christian's eyes.
You lay on the brink of death. But this does not have to be your end. I want to deny the gods another victim. Restore your flesh. Make you whole. But you must swear your life to me. We cut back to the figure lying in the snow. Barely enough energy and life left in him.
And a bunch of people in a wagon through the air flipping him off.
We see a light slowly fading into the distance. And through his cracked and burnt lips, maybe he coughs again. A bit more blood comes out. He's like, I swear, I will serve you. And we black out from that scene. And that's where we're going to call it a night, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I hope he's ready to die a second time, bitch.
Thumbsy's coming back.
You gonna die.
Great first episode for 2026. A lot of role play, but there have been some pretty big advancements in the story, I think. I think we're heading down a path, and it's going to be interesting to see where we go from here. Not a lot of rolling, mostly role play tonight, but that's okay because I enjoyed that.
I have so many questions for Van Richten.
I
So many.
I think there's a lot of things that are going to come out of next episode. So if you've been following along, you got to make sure you join us next week. Again, we're going to be here Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. We were late this week because there were some technical things that we had to sort out. They've been all sorted out. They will be by next week. So we'll be going live at exactly 8:30. I hope. I probably shouldn't be promising that. But one thing I can promise is that if you want dice for your at-home game of Curse of Strahd, the best place that you can get that from is Fruit Bowl Dice, our channel affiliate. If you use the affiliate code Crit and Miss at Fruit Bowl Dice, you get a free gift and you help support the channel as well. And we need all the support we can get. And speaking of affiliates, we have a new affiliate for 2026. Cryptic Culture, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe you're not like Fujin and you don't like to sleep naked. You like to cover up, wear a shirt, or maybe even a hoodie. Check out Cryptic Culture because they've got everything covered. They have a whole line of D&D and tabletop RPG based apparel that you can buy, and again, use the affiliate code Crit and Miss. And again, you'll be helping to support the channel. I have recently made the commitment to take some time off work in order to focus a little bit more on the channel so I can continue to improve and bring the best quality content. Speaking of the best quality content, we also need to do a quick shout out for tabletopaudio.com for all of your ambiance needs. Anyone have anything to say about tonight's episode before we finish up?
I loved it.
Had fun?
Yeah.
Great fun.
Good
Thank you.
Good way to start the year. Yeah.
I'm going to make a habit of getting naked each session.
Your character or you personally, Christian? Because I feel like I can make some money off of this. I sense an opportunity.
I told you, my OnlyFans.
Look, talk to me. We can make something work. I'm a good editor. I can make things seem proportionate. Thank you to everyone who watched us. Make sure, as always, to like, share, follow, subscribe. You'll find all of the previous episodes up on our YouTube channel as well. So if you haven't caught up on those, they're available to watch. We have 26 episodes of the main story. We have 3 episodes of Curse of the Violet Briar, which was DM'd by Fujin, which ties into the main story as well, one way or another. Don't want to add any spoilers to that. And of course, if you don't want to wait until next week, you can find more tabletop RPG content or D&D content on here, right on Twitch. Tuesday night, we're doing Vecna, Eve of Ruin. And then on Wednesday, we have Chronicles of Chaos, which is a homebrew campaign, which is run by Sevs. That actually started last night. It was meant to start next week, started last night. So catch up on the VOD there. Then watch the next episode next week, Wednesday. And then the following week after that, Renegades, Rogues, and Runaways is going to be starting back up again. So that's 4 nights a week that you're going to be able to catch live actual play D&D on Crit and Miss. And then next month we have another campaign starting. So from February onwards, we're going to have 5 campaigns running, 5 nights a week. And all of those episodes will be going up on YouTube as well, fully edited for your viewing pleasure. Thank you everyone for hanging out with us tonight. We'll see you all again for the next episode of Beckoned Blackest Night next week. May all of your 20s be filthy dirty. And I guess Happy New Year to everyone. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.